Hello friends, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great. Joanna here from Vintage Style by Jo. I was working on some stuff today and I was almost done, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of my process. I had recently just done a video on a DIY for the fabric collage masterboards. These are the 12 by 12 ones. These are actually different ones, but I will remember to link that video. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm working on fabric collage envelopes. So let's see, these are some of the ones that I had done already. Super fun. So there's two different styles here. See these guys on the inside. I left the envelope and I just left the stitching here. So it's just the white on the inside. For this one here, I added a patterned paper on the inside. So these are the two different styles. So it depends on, what you're going for, what you like. So a lot of scraps were used for these guys. So this one's just a different type of envelope, but same thing, looks super fun. These are really, really great to make. I was having so much fun making these. And actually what I was doing, the reason I was making these is for customers who order anything that has to do with junk journals or any type of journaling. We usually put like a free little flower. We put our business cards in here and we give these, with their order. So it's kind of like a little bit of a gift inside a gift, people love these. So I just want to show you, the one we're going to do today is this one here, the one with the patterned inside. So let's get started on that. Let's see, it's any type of envelope that you have. It doesn't matter. I was just using this envelope, and it's whatever one you have. If you don't have envelopes around the house, you could make your own. You could just take an 8.5 by 11 copy paper. You would just fold it in half long ways. Let's see here. I just folded this one up 3 inches, and there's a space in between here, 1/2 inch. You could do whatever you want. This is just for example purposes, and then this is 1 1/4 inches down, right? So this is just a basic envelope here. If you wanted to round the edges, you could just take, anything that's round and then just cut the corner, cut out the corners to make these little rounded edges. So that is up to you. You can make large envelopes if you want. Here's a large template. You could do whatever, type of envelope you want. So for this one here, I was working on this one. I have to finish it. That's what I'm going to finish today. And these are just some fabric collages that I was working on. This fabric collage I had made an envelope out of, and the rest of the collage I made a belly band out of this one, and I used it also, part of it, to make a tag. And I also used part of what was left of it to make these cute little paper and fabric clusters. I just put a little lace and some beads and some buttons on them, and that's it. They're cute. They're great for any journal. You can make them, whatever color. So what was left from this collage here were, these two pieces. You can make, little clusters from this. Belly bands, you can use make a tag, right? So there's no waste to any of the master boards, really. You could use them to make a ton of stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, so there's a really big difference between the envelopes, you know, that are white and patterned on the inside. So the stitching doesn't look as bad, right? So there's two ways you could actually do this. You could take your collage and then, you know, glue your patterned paper on the back and then do your stitching all around it. Or just like I did, was I did the collage and I put the paper on after. But then again, it's probably a lot easier to glue if you're going to do the pattern paper before you do any stitching, because then this way it avoids any, you know, I have a little bubble right here where the fold is, but that's okay because it's going to be, you know, folded on the inside. You won't see it. So that's one way to do that. So let's see. All right. Yeah. So you can also make these, if you have a business, you can also cut out some little, make little tags here and put in, you know, for your customer orders, you know, these are the little fabric pieces. And I just happen to use a pinking shear and then put our business stamp on it. And then we usually put this in with our orders. It's kind of like a little cute little something. So honestly, there's no waste to any of the master boards. All right. So for this one here, I got started. I had done, like I said, I had put the patterned paper on after. And there are some little pieces here that are missing here. So let's see here. Yeah, so I like to usually typically sew along the folded edges because it gives them a little you know, more stability. And I didn't actually finish sewing, so that's what I wanted to show you. So today we are actually, in the quilters world, you would say quagging, which is quilting as you go. So today I am going to be cagging, which collaging as I go. So that's usually what I do. I take coordinating colors. I had a little basket, you know, a little, actually a paper bowl, and I had filled it with, you know, some patterns that I wanted to use, some scraps left over. So I had a couple little spots here that I need to cover. So I'm just randomly going to I'm just going to glue these down a little bit. So in the collage video I showed you guys for the process on how to make the collage master boards, again, I will make sure I add the link. We just, we did our collage as we go. We just kind of, right, I just kind of picked out some little pieces of fabric. I popped them on a little board and then we started sewing. So I don't know if the quilters are going to say that's a little crazy, but it's just a little thing that I do, because you really are, you're collaging as you go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew around here because I had sewn the collage board and then I had cut this out. So when I had cut this out, it lost some, you know, of the stitching along, you know, the way, because I didn't sew the whole thing. I just kind of randomly went around to some of the pieces that were sticking up. So now I lost some of the stitching that was around it here. So I'm just going to go around again and give this a little love, right? And then hopefully we look a little bit better. And then we're going to, you know, we're going to sew the sides down here. So then we'll have our envelope. It'll be so much fun. So you can use any color threads. I kind of usually use coordinating threads with some of the colors that are around here. So for this one, I just used green. For this one, I used a light blue, but you can use whatever you want. In my machine right now, I have a cream color, so I'm just going to go with the cream. But yeah, it's a lot. These are a lot different when you decorate the inside. They look so cute, and they you know, with the sewing and the paper on the inside, they're nice and thick. You know, they're nice and sturdy, so they come out pretty nice. So I'm just going to give a quick stitch around. Let's move you over here, and then we'll see what she looks like. Because we're just actually, I'm going to do a 3.5 and a 3.5 inch zigzag stitch. Start wherever. I usually like to go around the whole perimeter first, because if there's anything sticking out, then we can always go back. Yeah, but once you cut it, that's why sometimes if I'm in a rush, what I'll just do is I won't even use the master board. I will just, you know, collage as I go right onto an envelope. I won't even cut out that, because then it eliminates, you know, this whole step of going back. But I don't mind doing it, because then this way I could see, you know, I could see maybe if I want to add more fabrics, or if there's an empty spot, right? And this is so much fun, like the combination of adding paper and fabric together. You guys know I love this. It's very relaxing. This is not stressful. This is something that's just you know, you're just creating, and this is the type of sewing, like if you are a beginner, this is awesome, because there's no seam allowance. There's no pressing seams every 5 seconds. This is a very freeing project. You're just creating, and there's no set rule. You're just creating. That's it. You're not. Oh, and I do back stitch. I told you guys this before, because this is like, you know, sort of like your top stitching if you were making something. So, all right. So I want to make sure that I go, and I'm okay with cutting the threads again, you know, continuously cutting the threads. So we've got a little bit of stitching in all the way around. I just got some of the little pieces here. So I am going to go around here a little bit, just come all the way down till I come down here. And then we should be good. And I do want to do the folded areas, like I said. So I'm just going to give a quick stitch. Let's see here. A quick stitch for some of these little spots that are sticking up. And like I said, there is no right or wrong with this. You're just going along. There's no measuring. All right, so my little pieces that I just added today, I'm gonna go along and just give a quickie stitch. And go ahead, and so this is like your, if you wanted to start to learn how to free motion quilt, this is definitely a really great way, because you're just you're freely moving around. You're just guiding your fabric. All right, so we've gotten a lot of pieces done here so far, and just do a quick along the fold here. This is like if you are the most beginner of sewers, this is a great project to practice, because this is just straight stitching. There, like I said, there's no seam allowances, there's no pressing, you're just sewing, and that's it. Let's see, oh, my little piece here that this is a time to relax and just do your thing. Just be you, do whatever you want. These are super fun. And think about, if I showed you all the scraps that I have used over time making these, you'll be amazed. I had a whole bin of scraps, and now I have pretty much nothing left. And I'm not a crumb quilter. I've tried it, and I just can't really. I'm not very good at tiny little pieces, because if you talk about having to constantly be pressing seams, that's what you're doing when you're crumb quilting. Okay, so this is what we have on the inside so far. Not so bad, right? So, yeah, like this one here with the white inside. I don't love it as much, but this is just an option for you if you want to use that, that's fine. Okay, so now I'm just going to simply do a straight stitch right down the sides here, and then we will have our envelope. Okay, let's switch it to 3 and 3. We'll just do a basic straight stitch right down, and I will show you in a second. Yeah, so I hope the quilters aren't saying, oh my gosh, she just said caving. Oh, you're collaging as you go, right? That's what we're doing. And this is a very relaxing thing. Like I said, I could sit here. I sit on the couch at night, and now that it's the fall and winter, I sit on the couch with my scraps, and I just glue my collage boards while I'm hanging out with my hubby. Excuse me. And then the next time I sit and work on these, I am making my, I'm sewing them, or I'm making envelopes. And like I said, whatever is left, there's always something else to make with them. And we give them a lot to our, in our customer orders. People find that these are really, really fun and unique when they receive them. They love these. And who doesn't love a cute little envelope, right? Or a little tag. And the little, the clusters are just adorable. So, just going a little slower here because it's quite thick with all this paper and fabric. So I will show you in a second. Okay, move you over. So here we go. We have our cute little envelope done, right? I usually just sew on a piece of Velcro for closures here. I don't have any in here in my craft room. I mean, yeah, in my sewing room there, it's in my craft room. But that's it, guys. These are so super cute. See, you can make these. There's no rules. There's no set anything. You just, and look at all the different ones that you could make, right? The different patterns. This is kind of like a little country type envelope, right? Super cute, right? And you can pop these in a mail if you put them in a mail, or if you want to, if you're a card maker, that would be so cute. You could hand make a card and do, you know, a little fabric envelope. That would be so cute. You can put a hole in it and tie the envelope around, or you can use the Velcro, either one, right? And look at all the scraps that we just used just for these envelopes. A ton of scraps. But I do have to say, as a side note, these envelopes are a little hard because you can't sew these together and you have to glue them. So if you are going to glue these, did I glue them? Yeah. Use a, you know, a pretty stable glue here. You know, let's see. I use this Avery permanent glue. And it usually works pretty good with, you know, even with the fabric, because this part gets kind of thick. So, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is just something that I was working on. And again, just make your collages, right? Sit down at night, grab your scrap fabrics and some paper, and glue everything while you're sitting, right? Get a little tray table or something. Grab your paper, your scraps, and just sit and glue. And the next time you're ready, just, you know, go ahead and sew these down. Again, if you want to do the, if you're going to make envelopes and you want to have the inside, you know, pattern paper, before you do any stitching, you can always glue down the paper. So that's always an option. This time I didn't do it because I think I was going to use these as, I was going to be making some covers or something. I don't know. There's a reason why I didn't do these, guys. So, but that's an option. So I hope you guys have some happy collaging. If you have any pictures or want to share any ideas, please, I would love to see any collage envelopes or regular collages that you guys have. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a great day. And I will definitely be talking to you soon because we have some more goodies. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.